Hey guys, today the number one most asked twin flame question of all time. What does so-called divine masculine go through? Do they go through the same painful experiences that we go through? Do they have a spiritual awakening? Do they have dark night of the soul? Do they figure out that we're twin flames, etc., etc.? What do they go through? Do they go through what I go through, right? The answer is no. N-O, no. At all. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Now, what you want to know is why? Why not though? That seems unfair, right? Well, why does that seem unfair? I'll tell you why. Ego. Ego, right? I went through all this painful stuff. They should go through painful stuff too. Here's the thing. Your twin flame is asking you to let go of ego. Your twin flame is your soul. To align with your soul, you have to let go of the mind, of the ego. You got to let that stuff go. You got to let that stuff go. Your soul wants you to ascend. And I'm going to get into more detail about the how and the why it works the way it does. But suffice to say, because I'm trying to get like a succinct answer in the first 2 minutes of this video, right? Here's the thing. If we're having a spiritual awakening, and here's this person that's spurning on this spiritual awakening, this person that's spurning on my spiritual awakening, it's only going to cause me to awaken more and more, the more, or I guess the less that this thing can confirm to me that I'm on a spiritual journey. Your soul wants you to let go of 3D stuff. Okay? Your soul wants you to ascend, not into the 5D. 5D is metaphysical. What I'm talking about is your soul, which is infinity D. It's source. This is way beyond 5D, junk food spirituality, tabloid spirituality, as I like to call it. Metaphysics, which is a real thing. But I'm talking about spirituality, real spirituality. What's spirituality? Your spirit, your soul. And when you align with your soul, you're necessarily letting go of 3D stuff. Your twin flame isn't gonna awaken the way that you do. Because what you're thinking is, if they awaken the way that I do, then that's going to verify that this is working, that I'm healing my wounds or whatever. That's the basic nomenclature, the twin flame myth, right? The twin flame obsession out there that you see everybody talking about. The conventional wisdom is, if I am awakening, he or she should awaken too. And when I clear my past life karma and get rid of all my inner wounds and all the other nonsense that people tell you to do, which has nothing to do with spirituality, because it's all psychology, not spirituality, okay? We don't need to fix any wounds. You let the ego go. The ego is what tells you you're wounded and need fixing. You get out of the ego. The ego tells you, I'm broken, fix me. Right, that's psychology. We're not clearing wounds, cleaning wounds, fixing wounds. You realize that you is deeper than the ego, and that the real you, the soul, has no wounds. You get out of the ego altogether, leaving it behind. I'm not wounded. I am a soul. I'm not my mind. The ego, the mind, is what tells you, I'm wounded, I'm hurt. You let it go. You let it go. Also, I don't need this physical person to confirm that I'm ascending spiritually. I am ascending spiritually. I am aligning with my soul. And what everybody else thinks is that this other person should awaken and go through all the same things I go through to awaken. Because that's what awakening looks like, right? That's what it should look like. And you're thinking, the conventional wisdom is that person should do the exact same thing you are. but your soul wants you to really ascend. Your soul wants you to do the no bullshit awakening. The real awakening, which is I don't need something outside of myself to verify and confirm that I'm awakening. I know I'm awakening. I don't need any 3D verification at all. Your soul is very, very good at getting you to awaken. So no, your twin flame is not going to go through what you're going through. No. Your soul wants you to do the no bullshit awakening. I don't need the outside world to prove itself or to prove to me that I'm awakening. Your soul doesn't need proof. Your soul doesn't require proof. Your ego does. Your mind does. Your mind is going to look to the outside physical world for verification. That's like somebody who says to God, prove that you're real, prove that you exist. And God is like, no. God does not prove itself to itself. Okay? You are a little tiny piece of source. At the moment of the Big Bang, source split itself into an infinite number of smaller pieces of itself that we call souls, of which you are one. You are source. You are a little tiny piece of God at your very core. God does not prove itself to itself. God is not going to prove to you that it exists. You're it. You're it. That's awakening. That's awakening. I don't need 3D verification. Okay, now why does it work this way with your twin flame? It's simple. You got to go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames? Okay. Go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames? And then what I'm about to say to you will make more sense. Okay? You, so-called divine feminine, it doesn't have anything to do with gender. That's just the label that people have given to it, which I explain in the video, What Are Twin Flames? What's really going on is energy. It doesn't have anything to do with gender at all. You, if you're watching this video, you are the positive polarity. Okay, you're the one that did the chasing. You're the one that's trying to find twin flame information. Divine masculine, so-called, negative polarity is not going to be watching this video. If you leave a comment in my comment section, oh, I'm divine masculine, I'm negative polarity. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're fucking not. You're not. No. No. The positive pole is the conscious. The negative pole is the subconscious. Okay? The soul, go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames? The soul polarizes itself at the astral level. What I teach is not my teaching. This isn't something I made up. What I teach is based on the laws of creation itself. You are a 3-part triune being, body, mind, and spirit. Okay? And the 3D part of you, the body and the mind, is based on duality, relativity. Einstein called it relativity. This is based on the laws of the universe. Not some crap that I made up. Okay? The soul is a monad. It's a singularity. And in order to exist on this plane of duality, it polarizes at the astral level. Go watch my video called What Are Twin Flames? Okay? Now, that said, the positive pole, you, is conscious. The negative pole, them, is subconscious. And think about it. What makes you think that they're not awakening? Their awakening is not going to look the way you think it does, because you've been conditioned by society to believe that an awakening has to look the way that what you went through, right? But think about this. Would you be here having this spiritual awakening if it wasn't for what that person did? They ran away, they ghosted you, they were a narcissist, whatever it was. and it threw you into this dark night of the soul. You went through all this hell, and then you came out of it going, wait a minute, I think I'm on a spiritual journey. Yeah, you are on a spiritual journey. How in the hell does meeting a person, a potential love interest, force you onto a spiritual ascension path? Right? And then you end up here watching twin flame videos. That's how. Because you met your other self. That's what they do. That's what they do. It's that polarization. You're the positive, they're the negative. They trigger your ego to melt down. That's what they do. It's the polarization. Positive meets negative. Boom! There's an awakening. Okay? Whether you like it or not. So, they did what they did to trigger that dark night of the soul. The ego melts away and you start to awaken. You would not have done that if it wasn't for what that person did to you. They did what they did, you did what you did. They did it again, you awaken some more. Back and forth. The soul is orchestrating all of this. You too are one soul. You too are one. The soul is orchestrating this from both ends. They do one thing, you do another thing in response to it. And you're moving up the whole time, awakening. And hopefully you find my channel, and I'm here egging you on. Keep going, right? Keep awakening. Align with the soul, pure consciousness. Shift the focus of your attention to the present. Align with your soul. Let go of all the people that teach you psychology and put spiritual label on it. Let go of the ego. Let it go. What they do doesn't matter. It's not going to look like an awakening to you. Now, I can tell you from experience that the more that you align with your soul, the more of the ego that you peel away, the more layers of that onion that you peel away. When twin flames come together in what you guys call union, this person feels energetically the way you feel, which is Zen. You guys have seen me talk about this before. You both feel that way. You both feel Zen. The thing is, you know what's going on. They just experience it without realizing what's going on. Your twin flame, the negative polarity of your soul, they don't have a clue. You're the conscious, they're the subconscious. Remember when they ran away from you and they gave you the flimsiest, most cooked up excuse ever, right? They've never got a good reason for why they run. Almost never. Sometimes maybe, but usually not. Usually not. They don't know why they run. They just gotta go. They just gotta go. When they come to be with you in what you guys call union, they want to be with you and they don't know why. They just got to be with you. It's subconscious, guys. Okay? You're positive conscious, they're negative subconscious. It's two halves of one whole. You are one being. You are one being. They is you. You're ascending together. Only you realize it. They realize it on a deeper subconscious level. They just want to be with you when you awaken. And again, during that whole process, whatever they did kick-started you into doing what you did. What makes you think they're not awakening? You're one being, you and them. You wouldn't have done what you were doing. You wouldn't be here watching this video if it wasn't for the actions that they took. Your soul is orchestrating this whole thing, guys. It's one awakening. If you are awakening, they are awakening. There's no difference. But what that looks like in the 3D is not what we're taught to believe an awakening looks like. For them, it's subconscious, guys. It's subconscious. It's not going to fit the stereotype of what an awakening looks like with your other self, also known as a twin flame. But you're one. You're one. And again, You're not going to get verification from them. They're not going to come right out and go, oh, I get it now. No. You have to go all the way into the soul. You have to let go of the need for some kind of verification. Now, I feel compelled to go back and talk a circle and repeat myself on some of the talking points in this video, but I'm not going to do that. Just go back and rewatch it if something doesn't make sense to you, okay? Because this is, and this is something I've talked about in other videos, this is a dichotomy. It looks like there's two of you, but there's one. It looks like there's two of you, but there's one. So I've addressed any question you could post in the comments. I guarantee I've already addressed it in this video, right? So just go watch the video again. I promise the answer is in there. There's not two of you, there's one. You are one being. You're conscious, they're subconscious. It's one awakening. It's one awakening. Okay? That's, in the dichotomy paradigm, what I would call not B. B is where we're talking about the context of where there's two of you, and whatever they do causes you to do what you do. But you and they is one being. It's one awakening being orchestrated by the soul between two bodies. Get it? I think you get it. All right, thank you very much for watching. Be on the lookout for more uploads in the future. Love you guys all so much.